they are making borscht, it's so cool, so nice. And they come and it's like there is this soup. For real, man?
Yes.
It's trains. I'm really scared of it. If you don't have a ticket, you will go to the 3rd level, you know. So why did you choose to stay in Romania? What happened?
Yeah.
Actually, 2 times I had experienced that. Once I fainted there. Hello everyone!
Hello everyone!
It's Nadiia and Codrin here again, and today we are going to make a video about me as a Ukrainian reacting to my life in Romania and things that I found interesting or weird or funny or unusual to me. Like, yeah, we were going to discuss this, and I actually have a list.
Yes, perfect.
Yeah, let's get it started. So the first thing that I'm going to start with, which surprised me the most as a Ukrainian, is this.
Oh. Do you know, guys, what is this? I bet you do. I bet you do.
I bet that Ukrainians will be really surprised. So this is Borsch. Yes.
Yes.
So the story is, yeah, I was visiting you, and the people were saying like, yeah, we're going to have some borscht, and I was actually so excited because I usually I miss food from Ukraine, and I'm like, oh, they are making borscht, it's so cool, so nice. And they come, and it's like there is this soup, which looks not like borscht at all. Which is like, I don't know, white, because borscht, our Ukrainian borscht, like a real one, should be red, and with tomatoes, and with beetroot as well, and we put cabbage, and stuff like that, and it's really red and nice. And that one was like yellowish, and this didn't have taste of borscht at all. And I was like, okay, this is weird. They have another recipe, I understand. But then they also say me that borscht is actually this thing,
Yes.
this, from what they made this soup, and it's like sour, right? Can you explain, what is this? What is?
So it's made out of cereals. The water, you are like, if I'm not mistaken, is like water with some cereals, like some droždie that we are putting in bread as well. It's sour. It's like, that's how we are doing. We are calling it borscht. We have like soup, and we have ciorba, which is like, ciorba is the sour soup, souring with borscht. Yes. And for us, we are calling borscht soup that is sour, and it's sour with this thing. We are putting it at the end of the soup, or letting it boil a bit, and it's like getting.
Yeah.
And also can be drink like this.
You can drink it?
Yes.
For real, man?
Yes.
I'm really scared of it. So no, thank you. And for me, borscht is really different. And actually, as far as I know, UNESCO has recognized Ukrainian borscht as like a traditional and national Ukrainian dish, which is really important in our culture. So yeah, I haven't done it yet, so I hope that we will make Ukrainian borscht soon.
For sure, would be a pleasure.
Also, I found a funny thing about the word ciorba, which is actually, to our previous video, so check it out if you haven't seen about similar words in Ukrainian and Romanian, because there is this, we say ciorbati, which means like this
sorb.
Yeah, and it's ciorba, like ciorbati.
I see, yeah.
So it's funny.
We also have this word sorb, sorb. But usually is like annoying for people, and yeah, we are trying to like.
Yeah, I understand. But you know, like for Chinese, it's like it means that your food is very delicious.
Yeah, you are liking it.
So yeah, let's continue. And the second thing that I want to discuss is trains, especially the fact that a lot of times trains are late here in Romania. And what actually surprised me is that in the train station where there is a table with when the train is arriving, from where to where it's coming, there is a special column for how much it's late. And I'm like, oh really? You're thinking in advance, yeah, we are in Romania, we are going to be late for sure. And let's design it this way, because we don't have the column for trains to be late. And it's funny because, yeah, in Ukraine, even during the wartime, trains are like working really incredibly well. I love our trains. You can have drip coffee there. You can have tea. You can buy sweets from the guy, you know, who is checking tickets. And we usually are having the like sleeping wagons. So it's really rare that you are sitting in the train. It's like usually there are some fast trains, they are faster where you are sitting, and they are just in several destinations. But most of the time, even the cheapest ticket, you are sleeping and you're having your own bed. So yeah.
That would be delightful. Firstly, I thought that you are surprised by the fact that the train came in time or came faster. No offense intended. Yeah, we are like used here to like for the trains to be late most of the time. We are used that the trains are pretty crappy, at least for my experience and at least from experience of my friends, students, or like people that are usually going by train. Usually we are liking to, if you are going, don't know, like far distances, we are looking for cars or we are looking for something that is faster than a train usually. About sleeping, we have sleeping wagons, but yeah, it's not something that is like common. I mean, there are 2 sleeping wagons or 4 usually, like for a really big train or like for really long distances. Most of the time, like we are having like seats, even though people are sleeping on the seats, even during night, like if the train is going through night, you see like seats, and it's rarely even the moments that they are like closing the turning off the light.
Oh yeah, this is horrible.
Yes.
We've been through it, and this is so exhausting. Like riding through the night with the lights on, sitting for 10 hours. Yeah. Another funny fact about the train. When I first was going by train in Romania, going back to Ukraine, I was used to sleep in the train, and I was saying, yeah, I want to sleep in, of course, I don't want to sit, like, it's horrible to sit. And Ukrainians will be like super surprised, because I was sleeping on the 3rd level.
Yes.
Третя полка, we say. And for us, we have usually 2 maximum, but the 3rd one is for bags or for you have like a duvet or like to cover yourself something with. And we're just joking around. If you're like, for example, if you don't have a ticket, you will go to the 3rd level, you know, or something like that. We will put you on the 3rd level. So for us, it was a joke. And I was really scared. I didn't know how it's going to be, how it's going to look on the 3rd level. And yeah, basically
even with the ticket,
it's the same. Yes, exactly. And it's quite like expensive, the ticket with if you want to sleep in. And the thing is, the wagon is the same basically, and I think the size is the same, but you don't have enough space, and you're basically sitting like this, and you cannot like stand like this. For example, if I sleep on the 2nd level in a coupe, we call it, like a compartment. Yeah, there is enough space. You can sit like that, you can chill, you can read a book, you can relax. It's just perfect.
In our cușetă, that's how we call them, or sleeping wagon, you can, basically you can sit and, like read a book or something, but like from a position like this or something, like can be quite uncomfortable at some point, but at least you have like lights for each level. Yeah, there you can turn off the lights. yeah, it's there. So you have a stair that you are like going up to the third level, and behind it you have like where to put the baggage, and like under the first beds.
Oh, the only funny thing maybe about Ukrainian, those cheap kind of trains where you sleep, we call it плацкарт. It's like all train is open and you have a lot of beds, basically like two on one level, to another level, and two on the side.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And there is also like a table for this and this compartment, not compartment, but side. Mm-hmm. And the funny thing is that, yeah, basically people sleep and people, I don't know, especially all the men, they're like getting undressed and they're like, sometimes they are taller than the bed and you are going, I don't know, to the toilet and there are like a lot of legs out there and like, I don't know, some stinky socks.
It happens.
This is not the most pleasant thing, and you can touch accidentally with your cheek someone's leg.
Well, that's not.
Yeah, that's not great. Oh, and once I had an experience, I fell out of the.
Oh my god!
It was so funny because it wasn't a stop of the train, and people were going out. I was sleeping and I was imagining that I'm in my bed and I was like flipping to another side and there was no another side and the other guy was under and he basically caught me. Imagine he's like, oh wow, a woman from the sky. Number 3 is continuation about transport in general. Well, I think that as far as I saw, the transport system is quite good and it's much more developed in the city. I mean, as in Ukraine, for example, Codrin saw in Ukraine how it is in marshrutka. He really loved that experience, especially we have these buses. Yeah. We call them Bogdan. Yeah. The yellow buses is the name of the brand. Yeah. But I think that the transport system in the city is quite good and also it's really nice that you can pay by card almost everywhere, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. As far as I saw, yeah, you can just pay pass and it's working just perfectly. So this thing I enjoyed.
Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed. We have like quite good infrastructure for public transport inside the city. And most of the buses are also like fully electric and like really nice. I remember that in Stai, when I was going at high school, we had like back then we had like these smaller buses that were like making a lot of jokes that you can put there like a full concert of Metallica or something in that bus. So I mean, every time it was like more space. if you can breathe, you can enter.
Oh yeah. This is also a normal thing. And actually, with the Bogdan bus, which you saw, is not the worst because there are like no. There are even smaller marshrutka, which sometimes you don't even have enough space to stand. For example, for higher like people who it can be tough. And yeah, when it's time to go for work, it's just squishing everyone in the tiny, like a sprinter bus or something like that.
Yeah.
You know? And just hoping that you will survive. Actually, 2 times I had experienced that. Once I fainted there and once I almost fainted because I was going to the university and standing for an hour or so in the traffic jam. And yeah, the second time I asked, can you please give me a seat because I'm going to faint now for real. And the first time I actually fell on someone's.
So bad. Oh my god, no, something like that never happened to me. I remember that in high school going through these buses or so, or in Cluj where it's like rushing hours or so. Yeah, there is like really tight space, but you at least have space to breathe we were like joking at some point that if you like being touched, if you like interesting smells or being in closed spaces, take the bus.
Number 4. Everyone in Romania wants to leave Romania. This is what I have noticed as being a foreigner, or this is what people are actually talking about a lot. Even when I was coming by bus, actually from Czech Republic, and there was behind me Ukrainian guy and Romanian guy sitting there, and they were talking in English and I could understand. And the Romanian guy was explaining this thing about, oh yeah, welcome to Romania. I don't know, it's so weird. And you actually, yeah, I feel like, as Ukrainians, for example, especially now, we are so proud about our culture, about our language, and we are like, it's really on hype now. I mean, it's understandable, but it was also since 2014, a lot of people were like, I don't know, appreciating a lot our literature, history. People actually, I don't know, wear t-shirts with the prints of Taras Shevchenko, which is our like most famous writer and painter, and other guys like that. People actually really appreciate the culture and the history. And recently even some friends here asked me, they were like, so why did you choose to stay in Romania? What happened?
Yeah, what's wrong with you?
What's wrong with you? Yeah, it's not only one. Several people were like, why are you here? What are you doing?
Yeah, it's like, can be quite a problem. Yeah, there are like also people that are like proud of being Romanian, or like really pushing the traditions or the folklore, or being represented by Romanian or like nationality, and proud with the language, proud about our history. And so we actually like learn a lot of history about our country in school. And so the thing is that it happened probably because of politics, probably because of like economical factors, probably because of culture, and a lot of people are leaving. Like this is a problem that is like for quite some years, with a lot of good people, like, don't know, medics, movie makers, all kind of elites are leaving because, yeah, they see that here is not so much future, and basically the society, more, yeah, like the political agenda is not doing that much about it, which is quite a shame. Listening to my family, my relatives or family or friends or so, it's quite a normal thing. Both of my aunts are like left out of the country. Yeah, I
understand, and maybe actually I'm a bit romanticizing the situation and what people think in Ukraine, because I also somehow living in this bubble of, I don't know, cultural workers or artists and stuff like that, and people who actually want to do something and they believe. But there is a really great youth generation which I adore in Ukraine, and people who believe in the future, who want to build the future together, and I find it really inspiring. Fifth thing would be considering traditions, but traditions with religion. I think that religious tradition are really much saved in here, which is quite cool. I don't know, as far as I saw. And also there are a lot of churches, and as far as I see, the religion is a really important part of life, of Romanians' life. So I saw that, in Ukraine, especially in more eastern or central part, we are forgetting traditions, and it's a shame. And we are now trying to remember them and recreating them. But for example, I didn't have that much in my life, and since I'm here, I see much more like traditions, but with the religion specifically,
Yes. Even though like for us it's like most of the time is quite a sensible topic or so, there were like a lot of problems with church in general here, because corruption and a lot of messed up things. But on the other side, like the good part is like, even though generations are changing and so, the traditions are like really well kept, and they are still following them, and they are reminded to the kids, and there is a beauty in them, I think. It is like quite interesting.
So number 6 is also a bit continuing the topic what we were talking about, is politics, and people don't talk about politics here as far as I saw, which is completely different with Ukraine, in my opinion, and it's understandable somehow also. But we are open to talk about politics during the family meetings or even with friends, and it's not like a forbidden topic. And even it's not, I understand, but it's not sensitive topic, and sometimes it can be even too emotional for us because yeah, can be different opinions and everything. But yeah, people here are like, we don't want to talk about it, we cannot change anything about it, and they're like gave up, I feel like.
We have, like we say usually, that after the second or third beer we are starting the discussions about religions and politics. Yeah, I think we emphasize with the fact that they are emotional. As much as I know and how things are going, usually they are starting to be like really intense and arguing, and most of the time there are like really divided opinions, and it's hard to find like a common ground and a agreement. That's why we don't like to talk that much, and also we don't like as we are quite disappointed about our political people, and we've been like a lot of times disappointed. There were a lot of problems with it, and I don't think that we surrendered or we just let it be. It's just that we tried, and we are waiting for the next moment when to try again.
I understand.
Yeah.
I'm sorry if it's a sensitive topic to you.
Well, for me, no. Probably, hopefully not for you guys.
Yeah, hopefully. Let's end with something positive. Come to Romania, check this beautiful nature, amazing mountains, castles, history and everything. And also support Ukraine. And yes, subscribe to our channel. Please put a like and comment what did you find interesting, and maybe you agree or disagree on something. I would be really curious to see your comments. And what do you think I am wrong about? Maybe.
Or I'm wrong about.
Yeah.
I'm really thrilled to ask that.
So we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.